for the last 3 weeks. I've been testing it and running it, and my goal was to see, is selling more items at a cheaper price more advantageous? I'll start with the bad. We'll rip the band-aid off. And one of the main reasons that I want to do this is because of the good news I have to share with you and do all the disconnection of all the utilities over the next couple weeks. Hey, Booch, did you want to say hi to everybody? Mwah. Mwah, you love you, Dad. Want to say hi to everyone? Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a long time, 3 weeks since I put out an episode. I owe you guys an explanation, and I have a lot to talk about. I got some good news. I got some bad news. Going to be covering a lot of different stuff. But I want you guys to know the last couple weeks off have been really good for me. A lot of stuff's been going my way. Also, if you're watching this morning, you probably already know that the Los Angeles Dodgers have won their second World Series in a row. Thank goodness I don't drink anymore, because if I still drank, I would be hungover as can be right now doing this. But I was up late last night and I'm a little tired. We're going to go ahead and get through this. I'm going to catch up on the last 3 weeks as far as the numbers go. And we'll talk about some of the things that are going on in the eBay world. And then I'll tell you some things that are going on in my personal life and how we're going to go forward from here. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into the numbers. The last 3 weeks have been phenomenal, and there's a reason they've been phenomenal. I decided I wanted to try out what my idea was for my Black Friday sale this year to a lesser extent, so like a Black Friday light sale. For the last 3 weeks, I've been testing it and running it, and my goal was to see, is selling more items at a cheaper price more advantageous than selling fewer items at the higher price. So I'm going to take a hit to my net profit margin, but will I actually generate more income coming in? The results are pretty close to even. I think it's slightly more in the quantity sales, but these are the numbers I got for the last 3 weeks of the experiment that I've been running. We had a gross sales of $2,422, which is a net sales of $1,136. That's a $21.82 gross per sale, which is a $10.14 net per sale. The average net profit for the week is 47%. I like to sit at 50. I normally do sit above 50. Sometimes I get up to 60, but with running the sale, I'm at 47%, and then 43% for the average net profit per sale. Top 10 sources by net return. A Goodwill taking the number one spot for the last 3 weeks. Then sunglasses are holding strong at the number 2, and look what finally came back. For those who don't know, I got into remotes last year. I did really good with remotes in the fall and winter, and then remote sales have just died off once spring hit and summer hit, and now that we're back in fall again, and I guess it makes sense because people aren't going outside as much, they're staying in, so if remotes are breaking, this is the time where they really notice it and they're inside a lot. So remote sales have bounced back quite a bit in the last 3 weeks, which I'm very pleased to report. And I like selling remotes. It's super easy to sell them, super easy to list, super easy to picture. They're a good little turnaround. And then we have a mixture of Goodwills, Salvation Armies, and mom and pop thrift stores as we go down the list. It says I spent $0 over new inventory on the last 3 weeks. I did go sourcing last Wednesday, but I don't think I've listed any of the stuff from it, so that's why it says $0. Cost of goods sold over the last 3 week period is $278. I spent a total of $352 in marketplace fees, and I spent a total of $615 in shipping labels to all the parcel services. For new listings, I did not meet my goal of 8 a day. Last weekend, the reason I didn't put out an episode is because I was helping my parents move, and I did help them all day Saturday and a majority of the day on Sunday. And last Saturday, I did not list anything. I was just so tired from working. I decided that I was going to take one of my, I think, 3 days off of listing in a year and a half. So I was 8 short. It should be 168, but I was 8 short at 160. But the flip side of that, we had 111 sales, which is phenomenal. I'm pretty pleased with that 111 sales mark. Granted, a lot of stuff got sold at a sale price, so the net profit margin's a little bit lower, but the quantity, I think, does make up for the lesser net profit margin. Average time to list something in my store the last 3 weeks was 3 months. Average time to sell something in my store the last 3 weeks was 8 months. I had a 388% return on investment and a 511% return on investment per sale. And the number 10 sale of the week is this Wrangler men's 2 extra large tall Western pearl snap shirt. I picked this shirt up for $5.44 at a Goodwill in Green Bay, Wisconsin. It sold on eBay for $28.73. That was $18.98 for the shirt, $9.75 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $3.84. The reason the cost of shipping on this one is least, customer bought 2 Wrangler shirts, and I was able to do combined shipping on that. Which provided me a net return of $15.46, which was a 284% return on investment and a 54% net profit margin. Number 9 sale of the week is this Chaps men's 18.5, 34-35 Big Fit Essentials Dress Blue shirt. Picked this shirt up for $3.84 from a local Goodwill. It sold on eBay for $29.75, $20 even for the shirt, $9.75 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $5.86. Provided me a net return of $16.09, which was a 419% return on investment and a 54% net profit margin. Number 8 sale of the week is this Columbia men's XL jacket green. I picked this jacket up for $2.89. It sold on eBay for $32.78, which was $22.78 for the jacket. $10 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $8.85. That provided me a net return of $16.58, which was a 574% return on investment and a 51% net profit margin. For 7 sale of the week is this NAD HTR2 remote. No battery cover. I picked this remote up for $1.12 on eBay. It sold on eBay for $30.59. That's $23.09 for the remote, $7.50 for the shipping. The actual cost to ship this item was $4.99. That provided me a net return of $19.80, which is a 1,768% return on investment and a 65% net profit margin. This is why I like selling remote. Right here. Number 6 sale of the week is this Blizzard men's 4 extra large Azeroth button-up military shirt in green. I picked this shirt up for $3.06 at a local Goodwill. It sold on eBay for $36.64. That's $25.99 for the shirt, $10.65 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship was $7.07. Provided me a net return of $21.59, which was a 706% return on investment and a 59% profit margin. Number 5 sale of the week is this Green Bay Packers men's XL Reebok NFL Realtree Camo jersey of Clay Matthews. Picked this jersey up for $3.06 at a local mom and pop thrift store. It sold on eBay for $38.99, $29.24 for the shirt, $9.75 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship was $6.45. That provided me a net return of $24.27. That's a 793% return on investment and a 62% net profit margin. Number 4 sale of the week is this TKO IFBA 12-ounce boxing gloves, white and black, 108-inch, wraps with a mesh bag. I picked this up from a small town, St. Vincent's, one that I don't normally go to, and these boxing gloves, wrap, and bag were in pristine condition. They were used, but they were very, very lightly used. I knew this was going to be a great pickup at $3.50. They sold on eBay for $46.78. That's $34.98 for the gloves, and $11.80 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $6.73. That provided me a net return of $28.94, which was an 827% return on investment and a 62% net profit margin. I literally went to do laundry in town, and I just stopped by this local St. Vincent's. It's a really small St. Vincent's in a really small town, which I never go to, while I was doing laundry. So not a bad $3.50 turned into $28.94 while doing laundry. So that even paid for the laundry trip. Plus, the number 3 sale of the week is this Daewoo DV T5DN 4-head VCR. I picked this VCR up for $3.75 from a local Goodwill. It worked perfectly. I sold it on eBay for $50.98. That was $35.98 for the VCR, $15 for the shipping. Actual cost to ship this item was $11.51. That provided me a net return of $29.04, which is a 774% return on investment and a 57% net profit margin. The number 2 sale of the week is this Simply Art by Delkezia Incorporated. It's a women's jacket. I picked this up for free. This was my mom's. This was part of my parents moving, and she gave this to me to sell on eBay. and it sold on eBay for $48.33. That was $38.23 for the jacket, $10.10 for the shipping. The actual cost to ship this item was $6.60. That provided me a net return of $35.54, which is an infinite return on investment and a 74% net profit margin. And the number one sale of the week is this Cuisinart SS15 Coffee Center with extra accessories, clean, tested, works. See video. Now, I did pick up this coffee maker, and I did spend up for this, but I spent up for this because I researched it right on the spot and I knew it was worth money. So I did pay $15 for this from a Salvation Army. It sold on eBay for $125 even. That was $100 for the coffee pot and $25 for the shipping. Now, little did I know that this particular model of coffee pot has a small internal cylinder water filter that's inside of it. And that wasn't in the pieces. That came with it. And this came with a bunch of pieces, and it came with like extra filters and stuff like that. And I put in the listing, only everything pictured comes with coffee pot. I showed the video of it working and all that. When the person got it, they reached out to me and they said, hey, there's a cylinder filter that's supposed to go with this model. My model just died. And he sent me a picture of the filter. He's like, and I didn't see it in there. And I told him, I said, hey, I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with this model. I didn't realize that filter was there. I pictured everything in the listing. And he's like, no, he's like, it's not a big deal. He's like, I have this little cylinder filter that goes in it from my old model. He's like, I just want to let you know. And he didn't ask me for anything. He didn't ask for a return. He didn't ask for anything like that. And I thought he was really nice about it. So I looked into the thing, and I wanted to make sure, and I researched the model, and there is supposed to be a water filter that comes in it. So I gave the guy a $10 refund as a show of good faith. He thanked me, and he wrote one of the nicest reviews for me. That's another thing in the last 3 weeks. I did get my third negative review of all time. I made it right with the person. I asked them to do a revision on the person got a shirt. They said it smelled, which I wash every single shirt I sell. And they just left a negative review. They didn't even reach out to me. I reached out to them, worked with it. I refunded them. I just wanted to make them happy. I sent them a revision request, and they have not revised it, but I did get my third negative review this week, or the last 3 weeks. But I've been getting a lot of great positive reviews, which is awesome. I've been getting a lot more written positive reviews since they converted over to the automatic good reviews, which is weird. I'm still getting a lot of the automatic ones, but I'm impressed with how many people are writing reviews, which makes me happy. I'd prefer handwritten ones than the automatic ones. Actual cost to ship was $16.53. That provided me a net return of $68.87, which is a 459% return on investment and a 55% net profit margin. And that concludes our top 10 sales for the last 3 weeks. I got a lot to catch you guys up on. So 3 weeks ago, I didn't put out an episode. I just woke up and I wasn't feeling well, and I'd have been useless on camera, so I didn't want to do it. And then last week, my parents got their home. Their new home that they had was built, and they needed help moving stuff from storage into their new home. So me and my brother spent last weekend doing that, and then we also went out there this Saturday and finished up a few other things and helped them get stuff to thrift stores. Actually, all the stuff they didn't want to keep as far as furniture goes, and I'm not going to sell beds and dressers and stuff like that. So we got that to thrift stores. So yeah, I was just tired last weekend, and I was helping my parents, so I didn't have the time to sit down, record a video, edit it, and get it out to you guys. And I do apologize for that. That was something that wasn't planned to come up. Like I said, we have a lot of good news and a lot of bad news to talk about this week. I'll start with the bad. We'll rip the Band-Aid off. I think the last 2 Sundays of having the time off and helping my parents and not feeling well, I really, really enjoyed the Sunday time I did have. So I think starting today, I'm going to scale it back, and I'm only going to do 1 video a month. So the first Sunday of every month, I'm going to put out a video on how the last month went of sales and everything like that. If that's not what you signed up for and you don't want to stay around, I completely understand. but it's just I've got to start thinking about everything I got on my plate. And one of the main reasons that I want to do this is because of the good news I have to share with you. I finally got the call from the home mover, and I'm officially on the schedule for the week of November 24th to have my home moved to my property. It's now too late. It's now so late in the season that I won't be able to live in it for the winter because I won't be able to run gas or water lines or anything like that until the springtime. But it's a big deal of getting this moved to my property, and a lot of it is going to require a lot of prep work, and it's going to require a lot of time of mine that I currently don't have time on my schedule, and I need to free it up. And I think the one thing that can free it up is have my Sundays to where I can go up to where I can go to the property where the home is currently sitting and do all the disconnection of all the utilities over the next couple of weeks. Hey, Booch, did you want to say hi to everybody? Mwah. Mwah, you love you, Dad. Want to say hi to everyone? Bandit, take your toy. I think Bandit took her toy and she wants Dad to get it back for her. He'll figure it out. So the home move is going to be coming up. So I'm going to do one video a month just so I can have those Sunday free time to where I can go and take care of that stuff. Once I get the home delivered, then I want to start getting stuff out of my garage and filling my home in over the winter. So even though I won't be living in it, I have a garage full of stuff that just needs a home. So I'm going to spend my winter loading up everything in my garage, and then I'm going to convert my garage. I'm going to turn the business into 4 times the size it is currently. And once I do that, we'll be off to the races. We will really increase production, and we might make a run at this for an actual business, like a true business where maybe one day I could have an employee or 2 working for me. Big things on the horizon there. So that's some of the big good and bad news. I do apologize from this point on. I'm not going to be putting out a video every week. I think it's come to time where I think one video a month can definitely handle all the information that I put out into the world. And I'm excited. I'm excited about everything that's coming up. It's not that I don't love doing these videos for guys. I absolutely enjoy sitting down doing these and editing them on Sundays. It's just I don't have the time. It's just a time thing. That's all it is. And I don't want to give it up either because I do love the connection we have as a community here. But in the same token, if this isn't what you signed up for and you think a month is too long to wait for a video and you leave, I completely understand. I wish you guys nothing but the best, and thank you guys for the time you did spend here and the videos you did. With that said, college is going good. I just finished a semester 2 weeks ago, and then I started a new. I didn't get any time off. It went from that till last Monday. I started week 1 of a new semester. Last go around on one of my classes, I completely flubbed up one of my final projects, and the professor sent me an email and gave me a chance to rectify it. But I was out doing other things, like out of town, and I didn't check my school email, and I didn't have time to correct it. So that did bring me down. I got my first B. I got an A in the other class, but I got a B in that class. And then I'm starting the new semester, and it seems like the first week is already good. We're going off there, but it's just another thing piled up on the plate. And I'm excited to start that and get going and learning on that. But everything's going great in that aspect. One thing I did want to talk about in eBay has put out that the switch they did to promoted listings over, I believe it was Germany. It was a European country. I could be wrong. I think it was Germany. They are a couple months ago where they're changing the promoted listings to where if anybody clicks on your promoted listing and then somebody else comes behind them who didn't click on a promoted listing, they're still going to charge you the promoted listing, which I don't understand how they can do that because that's not part of the deal. I think it's absolutely a terrible idea. I don't think it's right. I think it's corrupt. I think it's eBay trying to squeeze every single cent out of the seller that they possibly can. I do not like it. However, I will wait until January of 2026 when the policy gets implemented here to see how it truly affects my sales. And I think the numbers that they put out is it's supposed to increase the average seller's promoted listings to 80% of the sales. I think currently my promoted sales are sitting at 58%. So if my promoted listed sales goes from 58% to 80%, and it's people who aren't clicking on promoted listings, but I'm still getting charged for it, I'm either going to scale back on the promoted listings because I started off doing 2 my first year, and then I bumped it up and I do the majority of things at 3%. With this new policy, I will not be promoting everything if it shoots up to 80% of my sales and I'm paying for absolutely nothing. What I will do is I will actually, on a individual product by product basis, determine which ones need to be promoted for their best chance of sale and which ones are going to. There's stuff we all know that's going to sell in like 2 hours after listing it. Like if you have gold bars and you're selling them for $10, you don't need to promote that listing. Like it's going to sell. So I'll become more picky on what I pick and choose as I'm going to promote. But I want to see how it plays out first. I want to see January come, and I want to give it a fair shake. And I want to give eBay a chance to explain the idea behind it, because that's one thing they have not done since the rollout in Europe and the announcement of coming to America, is why they're doing this. Because I think the only reason they are doing this is literally to squeeze every single penny they can out of the seller, which sucks. That sucks. I've been known to defend eBay when I thought eBay was in the right. I will also call out eBay when I think they're in the wrong. And right now, until they give me a better explanation on this, I think it's absolutely wrong what they're planning on implementing here in 2026. But I'm not, don't take anything from me. I'm not the expert. If you run your own business the way you see fit, I'm just telling you how I'm looking at it and how I'm thinking I'm going to handle it. Other than that, I don't think I have anything else for you guys this week. I hope you guys had a great last 3 weeks. I hope you guys have a great 3 weeks to come. You know, let's switch to month. I hope you guys have a great month to come. I will see you guys the first Sunday of December to catch you up on my November sales, which I got big plans for the month of November and specifically Black Friday. So hopefully we make a mint over here, and I hope that you guys make a mint with your businesses as well. Thank you so much for joining. If you are new here and you enjoy the content and you think this is something you might like, a subscribe would be greatly appreciated. The like button helps me out in the algorithm, so go ahead and give that a click. Yeah, that's all I got. Thanks, guys, for joining. Have a great month. See you guys first week of December.